guys, I hope you are smiling this week. Exciting one, 3-1 win against Niger Tornadoes. It was a very, very great performance from the team, and I hope we can always get to see these performances from the team. And I got to smile.
Yes, actually, we were saying something during our last show that when was the last time you were happy as a Shooting Stars fan, and we're going back to January and all that. But now we can say some days ago.
Yeah.
We can say weekend. We can say beginning of the week.
Beginning of the week.
So it's something very, very good for us. It's something very nice. It's a great step in the right direction. And also, we should not take anything away from the players and the coaching crew. Talking about the fact that we got one of our best football games in recent times. This season, we saw it on Sunday when Shooting Stars went up against Niger Tornadoes right there at the Lagos Salami Sports Complex. It was a great game. We saw fluidity, we saw free football, we saw goals coming in. We could have even scored more than that.
Yeah, it was a great debut for Samuel Okon from that free kick. Shout out to him for that free kick. It was
Congratulations.
A great one, and man of the match performance. So guys, welcome to News from Molete. On this episode, we'll be talking about the match that will go down with the match day 31 of the Nigeria Premier Football League, and that match against El-Kanemi Warriors of Borno. You can call it Maiduguri too. Of course, it's still the same thing. Don't get confused. Borno is also Maiduguri. So definitely it's going to be an interesting one as they set out to get that 3 points.
Yes, maybe one, but actually, continue their win from home. Actually, we've gone 7 games without a win. We've gone 7 games, getting just 3 points out of possible 21 points. And now, we are looking at getting back in track and getting back into the top 3 or even make it into the top 2.
So I want to actually let's just do a bit of review about the Tornadoes game. What was the changing factor in the Tornadoes game? Like, what did you think Gbenga Ogunbote did very right, and what did the players themselves do very right? We saw that when they scored the 3 goals itself, the first goal scored by Ayodeji, you saw that he didn't really jubilate. They wanted to give the fans something to know that they were fighting. Okachi scoring from the penalty spot there, not really a jubilation like that. They know what's at stake.
They got the third goal
that went off. What was like a changing factor, and what do you think from this point onwards, what we really need to do for the remaining matches? 8 matches to go, and what do you really think?
I'll just say what I've always been saying, which is using his best legs, which was what he did against Niger Tornadoes. Oracle has been known for something. He trusts his players.
Yeah.
And when he trusts you so much, even when you are not giving him so much, he will still believe that you are doing it. And I feel like in that game, he was able to bench some players that he needed to bench. Yeah. He put out his best 11 in that game. That was his best level, from the goalkeeper to the last player on the pitch. Every player on that pitch was they were his best 11. And his substitutions too were on point. We got into the second half and they scored us first. They got a goal. Yeah. And we didn't settle in for that. We still kept on pressing and pressuring them. And we got a free kick goal from Samuel Okon to seal that win. So what he did separate difference that actually helped that game was the good selection, and he gave them better information. That formation, Oracle has been playing it from time to time. That 4-4-2, or you call it 4-2-4 formation, when we are transitioning, having 2 attackers, 2 wingers from the wing, then you have 2 strikers up there. But in recent times, we didn't play like we understood that formation. Why? Because we didn't have that midfielders that could actually carry out the duties they should carry out, instead, which is unlocking the attack and also getting back to block for the defense. To be able to
do those runs in between.
Yes, and we didn't really get that in recent times when we get conflict of interest between Agaowa and Tijani. No understanding who should stay, who should go another. But we saw something different in that game. Yeah. We saw Ukeme free in a very free way to press on, and we saw Alex staying back as a block.
Not back. Staying behind the ball every time
as a block, and it was very, very strong, in that position. And I feel like that was what helped us. That was what changed the whole modalities and changed the whole shape for us against Niger Tornadoes.
Taking it from El-Kanemi, the last 6 games, you will see that 3 wins for Shooting Stars and also 3 draws from there in the MPFL.
Yes, because our last game against them we lost.
Yeah, we lost. That was in the Federation Cup that they went on to win.
Yeah.
So going to a home team like El-Kanemi, we know how the travel journey, the distance and everything. That's one thing to consider. And also, if you look at El-Kanemi, they are a good team, a young team at that.
Yeah,
they play very well. But then, do you really think Shooting Stars has that tenacity to bring our whole point?
I do say something. I said we got great additions in the January transfer window. and we played El-Kanemi before that time, and we scored 3 goals with a team that we felt like we had some players that should be out of the team. We mentioned those players, and they sold those players. They got better. So now that we now have great players in the team, I feel like it's not going to be hard for us to win El-Kanemi Warriors comfortably, because if we could do it when we felt like, oh, this team needs some legs, this team is not okay, and now that we have great players, and coming off that win against Niger Tornadoes, I feel like it's a good step in the right direction for Shooting Stars. And if Ogubete can just stick to the same tactics he used in that game, I feel like we can get a win. But he's not known for doing that, because he's always changing his setup when we play away from home. I don't know why, but maybe it's tactical. But at least he has won some games with that, so you cannot blame that, because he has won 2 away games with that. Talking about the bounce 6 games streak that we did, so I feel like it's going to be a very important game for us. And we have Adams Mustafa, who you were saying before we started recording.
Yeah, I mean, we'll talk about.
He's very good with scoring against Northern side.
Yeah,
I feel
let's talk about Adams Mustafa. If you look at Adams Mustafa this season, he has scored. Like our home that we have played, he has scored against the Northern teams.
Yes.
Talk about he scored the only goal against Katsina United.
Scored against Kano Pillars. Scored against El-Kanemi Warriors.
Scored against Kwara United. The only game, and out of those matches, 2, or should I say, is it 2 or 3? 2 was free kick. So free kick goals.
So I don't know. Oracle tends to trust him whenever we go away and all that on some other players. So maybe he might actually start. Maybe he might start, just to make sure we get Sadiq to rest or Okachi to rest. But yeah, we don't know what the setup will look like. But I feel like if Oracle can do the same thing he did against Niger Tornadoes, putting out his best leg and making them understand the formation he's playing, I feel like we would easily get a win against them. Talking about their form also, they've not won any game in their last 3 games. It's been losses back to back.
I think Katsina defeated by 3 goals to nil.
And even at home, they lost to Rivers United. Wow. And this Rivers is someone who wants to get off the second position. So if you want to win someone that is up there, you have to prove that yes, you have everything, the quality and all to be up there also.
Wow. So what would be your predictions for the match?
I see Shooting Stars actually getting a maximum point or a draw, but I don't see us losing that game. You
don't see us losing that game. Okay, I mean, you have heard it all from myself and JD Talker. I mean, you guys, I don't know, the game will not be live, unfortunately. The game will not be live.
You can always follow on some
you can always follow on some online platform. Trust me, you get to see. And I hope the boys will be able to salvage a point at least, or get that maximum.
A win, actually.
If
we don't want to come back to 5th at the end of this game week.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one at the end of this game week. So guys, you can follow News from Molete on every platform, from Instagram to X, which was formerly known as Twitter, to YouTube, to Facebook, to TikTok. Anything, just press it at
News from Molete, and you see us.
Yeah, so I mean, drop your comments, what you think about the match, anything. I mean, just engage this post. I mean, it's just our own Shooting Stars that we're supporting, and this is where we tend to say goodbye.